Hey guys, it's Shania and I'm here at the bleachers. As you can see, well, I'm at the track, but I'm up in the bleachers because it's shady. But yeah, I just wanted to make a random video, give you guys an update. Not so much an update. Well, I do updates in all of my videos at the beginning of all of my videos, but I just wanted to talk to you guys about, like, is there a right time to become a parent? And I want to tell you guys about my experience and just talk to you guys about this a little bit. So first and foremost, I'm on like 12 weeks and like 4 days, and as I mentioned in my other video, I had a nuclear translucency ultrasound, and what that was is they just check the back of the baby's neck for like they do tests like see if the baby's healthy. I think this was the one where they check for like Down syndrome and stuff like that, abnormalities, that's what it's called. So I did that one, and then after that appointment on the 7th, I went downstairs and did a cell-free DNA test. Hi, good job. I went downstairs and did a cell-free DNA test, and for that test, that was also not just for the gender, but also like running tests on the baby and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, and so we get the gender results in a week. So I'm looking forward to my mother getting the results. And then our gender reveal is gonna be in like August or September, but I'm shooting for August. So yeah, the question is there a right time to become a parent? And my answer to this question is, like, I always like grew up thinking that I had to have my life together to become a parent. Like, I had to have a great job, a great house, like I had to be established, like everything had to be in order. But as I got older, I was like, you know what? Sometimes you don't always like have control over everything. I feel like even if you are established, have a great house, a great car, like everything you want, I feel like stuff can still go wrong. And what I mean by that is, like, even when you do decide to have a kid at the time that you think is best, I feel like just because you think it's the best time, that doesn't mean that it's always going to be the best. I feel like you still have a lot to learn as a parent. Like, for example, like, you can have, like, work hard to have a nice house, a nice car, and everything that you ever wanted, and you wait until that time to have a baby. And who's to say that it might not be harder to conceive? Who's to say that maybe you might conceive and have a baby, and then everything that you work for might get taken away from you? So I feel like there's never like a perfect time. Like, I feel like something can always happen even when you think that it's the right moment. And even then, like, what if you wait like a long time for the perfect moment, and then it turns out that that perfect moment, or what you thought was the perfect moment, actually wasn't the perfect moment? Does that make sense? So yeah, I'm just going into like parenting with the thought that, like, okay, I'm 25, like, I still have a lot to learn. Even though I know I'm gonna be a great mother, like, I know that everything can't be planned and everything isn't gonna always go as planned. I can just do my best, and whatever happens after that, I know that I did my best to be the best mother and person I could be. So yeah, I decided that I wanted to have my first kid when I was in my mid-20s, and I'm 25, so this is perfect timing. So I was like, you know what? I don't have my dream job, don't have my dream car, like, I don't have everything, but I have the mindset and the work ethic, so I know I can get whatever I want to get out of this life, regardless of if I have a baby or not, because I just know that I'm strong-minded and I have a great work ethic. So I knew that I really wanted a baby, and I just didn't want to wait forever. So I was like, you know what? The time is right now, and whatever happens after this happens, and I have faith that I'm gonna be okay. Like, what's the worst that can happen, right? And also another thing is, like, a lot of people say when they have babies, like, it really motivates them to work harder in life and just do better, and I feel like that's definitely my case. So yeah, just to sum all of that up, like, yeah, I don't live my life trying to predict everything. Like, I feel like that'll drive you crazy, and sometimes you can't predict things, and sometimes you'll be surprised what the outcome is when you just like take risks and just put yourself out there. So yeah, that's what I chose to do with this parenting stuff, and I didn't want to wait forever, want to wait to be in my 30s, want to wait to be in my 40s. Like, I want to learn and grow with my baby, and I kind of want to be like pretty young as a parent as well, at least with my like first child. That's another thing. But yeah, like, don't always try to predict everything or plan everything. So before I end this video, I just want to leave you guys with a few things that I've learned so far in my pregnancy. The first thing would be patience. Like, patience is a huge thing, like with me and with other people, but I feel like it's more so myself. And mainly when it comes to patience, I think it's with eating. You know what, let me add patience with the baby, because I feel like a lot of this, like the changes and stuff, are because of the baby, but it's a good thing. So I'm very like thankful. At the same time, it can be annoying. But as far as patience, I would say, for example, with like food aversions and stuff like that, like waking up every single day and not being able to just go and get my go-to. Like, I used to be able to just wake up and say, hey, I want some hash browns, or hey. Huh? Oh, you're about to do your video? Okay. I used to be able to just wake up and be like, hey, I want some eggs and bacon, or hey, I want nachos, or hey, I'm gonna cook this for myself. Now I literally wake up and I'm like, what does this baby want today? Like, I can't just eat anything. And then at first, like, I would get like upset, like, oh my gosh, I want to just be able to eat. And then sometimes, like, I'll try to eat a thing, like, for example, I'll be like, hey, I want this thing, or like some nachos, for example, and I'll actually go and get nachos, or I'll make nachos, and then I eat them and they're disgusting. And then I get so upset. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just wasted my time and money and I can't even eat this. It's so crazy, because at that moment, you really feel like you want that thing, and then you eat it and it's like, it's gross. So yes, I have to be very patient with myself and the baby, but I'm very glad that I'm getting to practice. Another thing that I've learned is that I have to be more aware of how I react to certain things, because I have a baby that's inside of me that's dependent on me. So the baby feels everything, and the negative energy, the positive energy, like everything. So I try not to like react negatively to certain things. Like in my other video, I talked about how I had an incident at the doctor's office where I was like getting a little fussy and upset, and I kind of just reacted because I feel like I'm quick to, like, if I'm upset about something, or I feel like somebody disrespected me or lied to me or something like that, I feel like I'm very quick to react. These days, I feel like I'm better about like being more thoughtful before I react, but I feel like I still like naturally am that way, to where I just like react. So I got myself a little worked up because I was a little upset, because I expected for my mother to be able to find out the baby's gender at my appointment, which they told me that she would be able to do that on the 7th, which they gave like me misinformation. So I was pretty upset about that. So I started fussing, but at the end of the day, like, instead of resorting to fussing, I should have like understood that sometimes people make mistakes, people are human, and that happens. So if I would have just gone into the situation like expecting the worst, I know that sounds bad, like expecting the worst, because you shouldn't always expect the worst, but sometimes you have to expect the worst for your own good. Like, things don't always go to plan, like I mentioned earlier. So yeah, just like not being so quick to react. And like another instance happened today at my job. I met with the manager about a situation that had happened where one of the supervisors was being disrespectful and shouting at me for no reason. Well, he may have had reasons of his own, but he's disrespectful to multiple people. well, for reasons that I feel like aren't good reasons, because you're a supervisor and you shouldn't be talking crazy to people like that. But so yeah, we were meeting about an instance that happened. Well, a couple of instances where the supervisor yelled at me, and we ended up getting into it. But I met with the manager about this, and he had asked me, what was it, a few weeks ago, what I would like the solution to be. It's been a few weeks because I've been in and out of work because of my morning sickness and stuff like that. Luckily, it's gotten better, but I had the morning sickness, and then I overcame that, and then I ended up getting sick. And you guys can probably tell from my voice, but I'm getting over my cold. Yeah, so the last time I met with the manager, he asked me what I like the solution to be. And I said I would like for us to have a sit down, me, the supervisor, and a manager to discuss it, so I can tell him directly, like, hey, I didn't appreciate when you did this and that and so on. So the manager tells me in our follow-up today that we can't do the sit down because we don't want retaliation and this and that. And I snapped. I was like, so what is the solution then? Because he can't keep on thinking that he can just disrespect people and get away with it. And plus, you're a supervisor. Like, that's unprofessional and that's not good leadership. Like, get it together. So I immediately resorted to snapping. But then by the end of the conversation, I was like, you know what? This manager, I trust him. He's been very trustworthy. He's always come up with solutions. He's a very good leader. I trust that he's going to handle the situation. My thing is, like, I like to tell people directly, like, hey, stop doing this. But sometimes you got to trust the process. And that's also what I'm learning. Trust the process and don't be so quick to react. Another thing I've learned, which actually falls under the category of patience, is to be patient with your significant other, because I feel like men go through different things than women during pregnancy. So a lot of this is new to them, especially if it's their first pregnancy. So all of these changes and stuff that women are going through, they kind of, it's like, it takes a little while for them to understand. Like the other day I ate my boyfriend's honey bunches. He has like 3 boxes, and when we go to the store, he always asks me, like, what cereals do you want? And the other day I wanted Lucky Charms and Cheerios, Honey Nut Cheerios. And that's what I wanted at that time. That's probably what the baby wanted, because usually I don't like Lucky Charms. So I got that, and then a few days ago, I saw my boyfriend's honey bunches, and I ate some. And so he fussed at me. He said, I asked you when we were at the store what cereal you wanted, and you want to eat my cereal, and you have 3 boxes of your own. And I have 3 boxes because I had 2 boxes of Lucky Charms. I had one of them from a few weeks ago, and then I had another Lucky Charm box, and then I had, I think some honey bunches, or not honey bunches, Honey Nut Cheerios. So yeah, he fussed at me about that, but I was trying to tell him at the time when we were in the grocery store, honey bunches sounded like disgusting to me, but now they look really good, and they were really good. And he didn't understand that. I was like, it's for the baby. He was like, no, it's not for the baby, it's for you. So I feel like sometimes we have to be patient with men, because they're still trying to like understand and grasp this whole pregnancy stuff. And even me, I'm still trying to understand and grasp it, because some of the stuff is so random. I'm like, how is this even happening? Like, how is it that I don't like chicken breast, but I like the drumsticks? But I don't like the drumsticks in the air fryer. I don't like them really baked. I just want them fried. Like, it's so crazy, because like, I can't believe this stuff. Like, I was telling you guys about the tuna. I freaking was a tuna slut before I got pregnant. Then a few weeks ago, I was eating some tuna, and it was bomb. And then after I ate it, I was like, okay, this is disgusting. Like, how does that work? How is that good while I'm eating it? And then after I finish it, I'm disgusted. Like, I don't get it. But yes, I think patience really is a big thing when it comes to pregnancy. Being patient with yourself, being patient with the baby, and definitely being patient with your significant other or your baby daddy. And yeah, I'm grateful because he's been here. He's always asking me what I want from the store. He's always rubbing my belly, giving me massages, being loving, being supportive. And I'm so grateful and blessed to have him because he really does do a lot. And I feel like he's definitely getting better about like being understanding of this whole pregnancy stuff. So yeah, guys, I don't want to talk your ear off, but that's it for today. Let me know what you guys think. If you found value in this video, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe, or all of the above, and I'll see you guys next time.